Hello very much. My name is Violet Valentine, and today I really want to talk to you about the song Punish by Ethel Kane. Now, to give some context on my relationship with Ethel Kane and the genius behind her music, Hayden Anadonia, I have been an obsessed, deranged fan of hers since 2021 when she dropped her EP Inbred. And so I've been a fan for quite a while, and she's just absolutely incredible. I'd say that her and Marilyn Manson are the only two artists that I think will ever be able to understand me in the sense that she captures thoughts in my head that I have always struggled to articulate, or she speaks experiences that I've had into her music. And I don't think that there's a single song of hers, except maybe Strangers, that I don't relate to, because obviously I've never been murdered and cannibalized. Um, but I really wanted to talk about the song Punish from her EP Perverts that came out earlier this year because it's a song that I think is one of the ones that I resonate with most. And I really wanted to explain why and give my personal analysis and interpretation. Um, Perverts was a very life changing project for me. I was already kind of very into, sorry, I just need to put this down. I was always into kind of a lot of ambient and room music. And so to hear that kind of sound from Hayden was incredible. And honestly, the fact that I brought up Marilyn Manson earlier is kind of pertinent because the way that going from preachers daughter to perverts, she really wanted to challenge her audience with all of these soundscapes and styles and taking you on sonic journeys, even if they were 7, 10, 13, 15 minutes, just because it's art and it's fucking brilliant. And it's kind of like what Marilyn Manson did between Antichrist Superstar and Mechanical Animals, completely flipping his sound, but still delivering an incredible piece of art that's probably the best of his career. And I'd argue that Perverts is one of the best of Beth Kane's career. So I want to talk about the song Punish because when I was doing my first listen to Perverts, I was so obsessed with the first track. I was having an amazing time. I was so obsessed with the soundscapes and the all of the strange instruments that were being brought in and the synths and her heavenly vocals, spoken word, and just how atmospheric it was and how brilliant it was. And then Punish hits, and you get the sound of, I think it's like an old creaky like swing, like yard swing, like creaking in the background with um this like dull, not in the sense that it's flat or boring at all, but this kind of muted, muffled piano melody, and it's like a lullaby in a very disturbing way. And I immediately knew that, like, I think this song's going to be quite intense for me, especially given the name. I was like, oh, there's a lot there. And I know the Punish came out as a single way before Perverts, but being on Hayden's Tumblr, like I knew that Punish would be a part of Perverts, and I was like, I know how she is as storytelling and like listening to albums as complete pieces of art. And so I was like, I'm gonna hold off listening to Punish until Perverts comes out, which was so hard. But then I listened to obviously the whole EP, and then so when I got to Punish, obviously that instrumental intro was very like, ooh, it got me scared because I know that this girl Hayden loves to pull on some heartstrings in me, and it's rough, it's tough, it's hard, but I'm also very grateful for it. And then she hits me with what is perhaps the most emotionally decimating song that I've listened to and might ever listen to. And as I've said like 5 times, I just want to explain my personal experiences with the song and relationship with the song. And we're just going to go through the lyrics now, and I'm going to give you guys a little explanation. I'm going to use my iPad. I've got the lyrics up on my iPad because I am using my laptop to film this, and I'm using my phone watch as a ring light because I'm broke bitches in trailer parks, as one Hayden Anadonia said. So, the first lyric of the song is, "Whatever's wrong with me." Now, why would you say that? Now, why would you do that to me? That is a question that I ask myself every day, if not numerous times a day. There's a lot wrong with me. And it is always very frustrating to kind of know that there's something wrong with you or there's something about you that's just so fucking like incorrect and fucked up, but you cannot really put a finger on it. And then she follows that up with, "I will take to bed." And so talking about how intimate and vulnerable the instrumental sounded at the beginning ties into this because the imagery of beds and bedrooms is also very intimate and personal. It's your safe space, or it should be your safe space. It's where you sleep. It's where you dream. It could be where you cry, where you make love, where you die. And so to kind of have these like not self-abusive, intrusive or kind of self-deprecating, that's what I was looking for, self-deprecating thoughts following you into a space that should be safe is so relatable and uncomfortable. And fuck, I go to sleep a lot thinking about what is wrong with me and thinking of all the shit things that have like gone through. And so to kind of hear that reflected back at me is very intense and chaotic and um like these thoughts are the kind of things that will haunt me in my sleep and in my dreams, and they will follow me everywhere, even places where I should be safe. And I think that really begins to tie into the themes of perverts as a project as a whole. These ideas of like shame and being haunted by your thoughts and isolation and abuse and depression, I think is really, really the way that she wrote such two simple lines, like, "Whatever's wrong with me, I'll take to bed," but they have so much rich sensibility to them when you really kind of look into it and when you really experience it, is so powerful. And then she follows it by, "I give in so easy, nature chews on me." Now, these are the lyrics that really kind of um, that really kind of, it made the song make sense to me. I was like, fuck, okay, I know what she's talking. I really get this now. I really get this now. Like a flip switch in my brain. A switch flipped in my brain when I had nature chews on me. It took me a couple seconds, but I was like, oh, well, I get this. But just to take a bit too, so I give in so easy. Again, it's just a simple line, but carries so much weight and so much personal relatability to me and a lot of resonance because it's that I give in so easy is one of the thoughts that I do take to bed, and it's one of the things that I think is wrong with me. Whether it's because I'm being a people pleaser or I give in to people so that they like me. I can give in emotionally, sexually. I kind of just bend to people's will and not even to other people, but I give into my own dark thoughts, into my own like intrusive or repulsive thoughts, and my own thoughts of things like suicidal ideation or like self harm or reflecting back on just a myriad of fucked up things. And I give in so easy to it, and it hurts a lot. And following that up by the line "nature chews on me," I think it's such an immaculate metaphor because obviously, so nature is a homophone, which means a word that has multiple meanings. Um, and so, or no, I think it's a word that has two. Yeah, whatever, same thing. But essentially nature can be something physical, like grass, animals, plants, trees, flowers, vines, forests, all that shit. But nature can also be something very abstract, very personal, like your nature as a human being. And that is something that eats away at me. And it links back to the whatever's wrong with me, as in these thoughts do kind of eat me alive, even when I try to push them away I will never be able to I'll never be able to escape myself. And so I'm kind of eating myself, like metaphorically consuming, like it's difficult to explain because I'm kind of just doing this with no script. I'm kind of just going through the lyrics and literally just being like, this is how I feel, XYZ, because I kind of just need to get this out. Um, but nature chews on me like fuck, it does. Yeah. And then the line that follows it is a little death like lead, poisonous and heavy. Okay, okay. So obviously, little death is the literal French translation of orgasm. And so to describe something that should be like lifting and um like heavenly and like ascending as something that's heavy and intoxicating and destructive is very, yeah, it hits hard because I have a very complicated relationship with sex, and things that have been done, things that have been done to me in the past without my consent. Let's leave it there. You know, we don't have to make it a trauma dump. We kind of just have to explain and move on. But having this juxtaposition of pleasure and pain and pleasure and destruction was very like, that was the line that made me start tearing up and made me realize that this song is gonna fuck. And so a little death like lead, poisonous and heavy. Oh shit. Like Hayden, you ate. Like girl, you ate. Um but I think if I was to talk about anything else is bring it back to the line nature chews on me and how you get this nature is very subliminal, it's very beautiful, and then lead is like this not necessarily mechanical or man-made. It's still natural, but on the vast opposite scale, it's bad for you. It's grey. It's hard. It's horrible. And then on the other side, you have nature, which is usually very like light and beautiful and fabulous. And so again, the juxtaposition I think is really smart. And a little death like that, poisonous and heavy. It's like again the idea of nature chewing on you, something eating away at you, poisonous and heavy. It's like it weighs you down, like something that you should make you happy or something that you should enjoy, like sex is. It's perverted for you. It's ruined for you. And then yeah, just the idea of a little death, I think, is the best way that she could have phrased it because with my experiences of, I don't even want to say me having sex, it's people having sex with me. It's like I'm never emotionally engaged or like I never feel present. I always disassociate. And so it does feel like a little death. It does feel like a small part of me dies every single time someone has sex with me. And I think it'll take a lot of therapy to unpack why. Um, and then the next lyrics are a repetition. It has always been this way. It has always been this way. And I think the fact that she's repeated the line, I think is very, it really adds to the kind of impact because the first time she sings it, it could be very like, it has always been this way, kind of just saying the thought out loud. But then we kind of taking it and really being like, fuck, like going from, it's always been this way. Oh my God, it's always been this way. Like that's kind of how I feel it was supposed to come across. And if I'm wrong, I'm not. I'm right. Art's subjective. So suck it, bitch. Not to Hayden though. No offense if this is like, no offense if Hayden is watching this and I'm getting all of this wrong. I am so sorry, mother. I love you. Um, and then obviously the refrain hits now, um, which is I am punished by love. And that's a phrase that I am planning to get tattooed on me because I feel that to the core of my fucking being. Um, I am punished by love is a phrase that could just have so much, like, so many, you could think about it in so many different ways. You can be punished physically, emotionally. So I'm punished by love, like I'm physically punished by being, you know, raped in relationships. So, being punished by love, duh, that's the obvious. And then I'm punished by love is very emotional, like I'm punished by love as in the sense that I have tried to find love and have failed and I feel shame and I hate myself and I feel like it's a punishment because I don't deserve love. Or I'm punished by love in the sense that it's something that I look for but will never find or feel like I will never be able to be given it the way that I need it. And so it's like I'm being taunted and that kind of haunts me so much. And again, that really ties into just the idea of perverts as a record and as a concept, um, as a project, just these thoughts of shame and self-hatred and guilt. And I think there's something really to be said about how she can capture such intense feelings from me that have like dug up some dark shit through lines that aren't that they're like they're poetic, but they're also fairly blunt. She can do that while being blunt. Then just think of the shit that she does to me when she's being metaphorical and poetic. So, that's that. In the morning, I will mar myself again. Now, I'm just going to have to re-Google what being marred is because I am pretty sure what it is, but I just want to get it absolutely correct. Yes, so to mar something is to impair the quality of something or to spoil something. And so in the morning, I will mar myself again of like when I wake up, I will punish myself all over again. I will torture myself all over again. I will, I no matter how hard I have tried before to heal or to get better or to um find a way to like live my life in a way that isn't incredibly self-destructive and dangerous. It's kind of impossible for me and I've kind of just had to accept that. Um and then the next line, he was a natural plowshay saying you won't forget this. Now plowshay in French means I think it means like someone clumsy. Plowshay meaning in English. Yes. So it's a French origin and it usually translates to clumsy. So the fact that we've been given a character he makes me dive back on the men in my life or who have been in my life. And he was a natural plowshay saying you won't forget this. Um Maybe clumsy is a bit of a juvenile way to put it, but there have been men who have fumbled me and have that's resulted in some breakdowns, some moments, some hospital trips. I'm just a girl. Shame is sharp. So these are the next lines, sorry. Shame is sharp and my skin gives so easy. Now, as I've said like 3 times already, this is where the main themes of the project really come in here. Shame, guilt. But shame is sharp and my skin gives so easy. Now, I don't know if many of you know this, how long you guys been. Some of you might know me might know of my videos from a while ago. I'm a cutter. I'm a cutter. My skin gives so easy because I am terrible at emotional regulation. That is not my strong suit, and it might never be my strong suit unless I'm put back on medication. I'm not doing that shit. Chop, chop. But shame is sharp and my skin gives so easy. The idea of something giving in so easy. Again, it harks back to the first verse of I give in so easy, and my skin gives so easy. It's like it becomes very physical. Obviously, You cut something, it opens, it bleeds. That's a very physical, obvious interpretation. But my skin gives in the sense that it's so tempting to literally just take out any emotional pain you have out on yourself physically. And so skin gives so easy, it would be so easy to just try to put these feelings away by cutting them away. And even though I know that that's not how it works, and that's not going to help to stop me from doing it, fuck no. And cheers up. I really hope that anyone who watches this like gets what I'm trying to say. I really hope that like not me doing that, not me being Cynthia Erivo real quick. I hope that the people who are watching this and the people that are listening to what I have to say, if any, no one might watch this. I hope that you kind of get what I mean, as in, I hope that the people that are watching this are also fucking crazy. I hope that the people I hope that the people that are watching this are also mentally ill, because then, oh girl, you get what I mean with some of this shit, right? Right? But anyway, only God knows, only God would believe that I was an angel, but they made me leave. Now we're bringing in some lovely religious imagery here. I am wearing my Marilyn Manson Heaven Upside Down hoodie that does have St. Peter's crosses on the sleeve. So always got, you know me, always got to bring it back to Marilyn Manson. If Ethel Kane is mother, then Marilyn Manson is daddy. When the child is tea, but the finna is gag, sis, I'm dead as chill. Oh girl, real. She she is my brain rot. I don't engage with, just quick tangent. I don't engage in brain rot like I'm not doing fucking skibbity 6-7 bullshit. I am doing my weird little niche Ethel Kane quotes. Bob Kane, if you know, you know. That was an era to be an Ethel Kane fan. That was a time. I loved it. Only God knows, only God would believe that I was an angel, but they made me leave. The idea of only one entity ever believing you or believing in you. Um, ouch. Because yeah, I've had experiences that I'll talk about. And no one fucking like actually takes me seriously as maybe they should have. Or they definitely should have. And so the fact that no one even knows if God's fucking real means that there's not even a guarantee that anyone will ever believe you, or anyone will ever listen to you, or anyone will ever um try to understand you. And yeah, real. And so only God would believe that I was an angel, but they made me leave. And that speaks to me a lot because I began to sexualize myself from a very, very young age. I'd say from the age of about 11 to 12. Um, and really has come back to bite me in the ass because, as I mentioned before, I'm borderline asexual. I hate sex. I hate people touching me like that. I love physical affection, especially in relationships. Love physical affection. But like, don't fuck me. I want to be pure and sweet and innocent forever. And maybe I'm just another product of the patriarchy. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem because I've internalized purity culture. That may be so. But like that's kind of just how I feel naturally. So that's fine. Um, only God would believe that I was an angel. Like I feel like no one really sees me as how I want to see myself or how I want to project an image of myself of like I want people to see me as like, you know, someone who has had experiences, but I'm still, in my opinion, virginal. I'm still, in my opinion, pure, and I'm still, in my opinion, very, very innocent. Even though a lot of people don't believe that, a lot of people just think I'm a whore, and so I kind of play into that in the sense that I'll dress slutty. I'll like joke about being a slut. I'll like, you know, I'll like, I'll do all that shit. But it's because it kind of, if you can't beat them, join them. And if I'm never going to be able to prove to anyone that I'm like, you know, if I'm not able to prove to anyone that I'm innocent, then like, God, okay, I'll be the devil then, Jesus. Well, not the devil, but you know what I mean? I'll be the town hall if that's really, I'll be the Gibson girl if you really want me to be. So, yeah, that's kind of just my 2 cents on those lines. That I was an angel, but they made me leave. As in the sense that all of the men fucking cute and abused me, have kind of stripped me of technical virginity. I still hold emotional virginity because once I actually enjoy having sex, then I will no longer be a virgin. I don't care. But they made me leave. So these men took away my like innocence that is seen by other people. You know, other people don't view me as like, or other people don't view me as innocent or like pure and sweet. So fuck them, fuck them. But maybe God will believe, but he ain't even real. So all I've got is myself and my own delusions. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's all just self delusion. Maybe I am a slut. Maybe it's just cope. Maybe it's just cope. So the final lyrics that close the song are I am punished by love, repeated 4 times, just so it hurts that little bit more. And I think a really cool thing that happens in the production, after They Made Me Leave is you get this kind of bit crashed, like, it's the fact that it's just white, it sounds like white noise, and I cannot pinpoint if it's, I think it's guitar, I think it's electric guitar or it's bass, but you get this influx of just like intense sound, and it really amps up like the pain, takes it from melancholic to like angry. You know what I mean? Like I feel angry. I feel angry that of these things that have happened that are being reflected to me now. Like I feel upset about it. Like I feel angry. I should scream about it. But I can't. So here I am, having nervous breakdowns to Ethel Kane. Thank you, Hayden. So that's kind of all I have to say. What's the rest of the song? Purpose is a fucking brilliant project. Like literally all killer, no filler. Love it. I'd say my top three. Punish, Honest, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna look so stupid if it isn't. But yeah, so Punish, Honest, and Later, I think are my top three. Although I'm not gonna lie, Etienne has kind of been like coming for Vacillator as my number three. But give me your guys' thoughts of Punish and of Ethel Kane and of Perverts and of uh any project that you want to talk about, whether it's released, unreleased, whether it's Ethel Kane, whether it's White Stylist, whether it's Miss Anadonia, whether it's Atlas. You know what I mean? Just come here, we can talk. We can kiki about it. Um, yeah. Thank you for listening to this absolutely neurotic, deranged rambling about an artist that will never see this. Bye.